How's it going, guys? Chris back here again with some more Brawl here in MTG Arena. Today, we are playing Naban. Uh, it occurred to me that I actually want this hand. May probably. It immunizes us against an early Theoden, because Wash Away can deal with that problem. Not the not the only problem it can deal with, but without having to cleave. Hmm. Yeah, I built this deck, and I play tested it, and I was disappointed. So that should give you some idea of where I think we're going. Um, you want to hold up a counterspell for 5, maybe. I want a Gondor. Put that back on the deck. Kill a draw. Hmm. And then I think we play Tome of the Infinite, just so that we can conjure up some possibilities. Go ahead and put that on top on it. Ouch. My turn. Up to 6. Let's try to get a removal spell. Oh, got one. We could have attacked in there. Our opponent doesn't play their Theoden again. We don't have to worry about countering it. Ouch. If it's good, we keep it. If it's not, we discard it. That is actually kind of good. Our one Panharmonicon target. Sad to see it go, but we kind of have to keep the slow race going. Was this version of Counterspell from Wiki the Archive before the actual printing? Hmm. I think I returned that to hand. And then wheel. Give it another go. Start winning the race. We can do it during our opponent's end step. Tap that. Sure. This was definitely, definitely before the version that we got. Hmm. Um. What am I trying to do? Is the question. Our opponent conceded before I could figure it out, so we'll never know what I was trying to do. Sad, but hey, we got to win. Didn't really expect that. Didn't really expect that. You'll probably be able to tell. Um, well, at least sometimes you can tell how a deck's testing went by what follows it up the next day. And this deck, it's a Panharmonicon. Like, it's a fun enter the battlefield deck, right? Like, in concept, it's not too offensive. It is counterspell heavy, which means it can be. Well, I say counterspell heavy. It has 3 counterspells in it. No, 4. I think only 4. No, 5. Wow, we actually have 5. It might be more counterspell heavy than I initially anticipated it being, but um, I guess we hold up counters, memory lapse. Kind of a soft counterspell. You counter it for a turn. I think we will counter that. Uh-huh. And then we pass again. And then we tie bind the Gix trigger to make our opponent lose it. No more Gixes. We ran out of Gix. Our Tidebinder survives a rotation. We can actually protect it, which is nice. I don't think it will. I think it gets kill spelled here. Removaled. And the tide just keeps moving forward. Our opponent might be just critical massing. I mean, if they critical mass, there's not a lot we can do about that. No. Gotta say no to that. That destroys my key to the archive, a land, and a Tidebinder. That's a lot of damage. Any target. Oh my god. Oh. You're becoming pricey, Naban. They're gonna go up to 3 cards this turn. 2 cards this turn. Email? Thank you for the additional land off the top of my deck. That would have been awkward. Naban takes another hit. It's rough days. Rough days. Ooh. Hmm. The problem is if I use the adventure, I can't play it this turn, which I guess is my only option, so that's what we'll do. If we not got greedy with our Tidebinder blocks, we would still be okay, I suppose. Whoa. That is not good. GG. We will go on to a game number 3. At the 10-minute mark. That is remarkably fast. Oh, I kind of alluded to it at the beginning of the game that this deck did not perform very well in testing. Which was a shame because when the first, I think the first time I played Naban, when I first played him, like there were less wizards and there were less Panharmonicon effects. Since we played him, we've gotten more wizards, and we've gotten 3 additional Panharmonicon effects that can be used in the color. So it's like this deck has gotten some serious gas to improve it since the last time it came up, and hasn't quite got there yet. I don't think, unless or unless I built it wrong and used some funky settings and missed some wizards. You choose a instant sorcery, and then you make it cost less. That is a good card. Or in a bond deck. I guess 3 mana Time Warp is probably good enough. Turn Lesson. Or it's an Urza deck, which could be anything, honestly. It could be the height of control decks or the beatiest of affinity decks. So I'm going to take another turn upon it. Don't rightly know what you're up to, but kind of not into it. Uh, so this doesn't actually double, because it enters with, not enters the battlefield, put X. Sad, but I think it does work with one other effect. Boy, that's my commander opponent. Egg action. This is not very useful right now, but it could be useful depending on what cards we've drawn. It's mainly an Oracle of the Alpha slash uh-huh. So we have a little bit of damage. And then we'll pass the turn. We can Born Upon the Winds, Consuming Tide. I don't know if that's better than doing it during our turn, but it might be. Uh-huh. Opponent. Pick him up, pick him up. I count 10 cards at hand, so we're going to get 3 free discards. Choose a non. Mm-hmm. So, X2 on that. I mean, we're getting somewhere, maybe. We certainly won the land advantage, or the mana advantage portion of the game. It's just going to be closing it out, and unfortunately, like, huge toughness creatures are kind of not what wizards want to deal with. Not great. Ooh, spell one time. not a removal spell. Hmm. Yeah, there's nothing really else I can do. This one has Skulk, so it can attack without worrying. I could play this again, but it doesn't attack particularly well, and it would be better to cheapen an instant sorcery by 2. My Naban gonna die again? Yeah, he's gonna die again. Well, you know, it happens. Hmm. Okay. We will conjure one time. Not really what I'm looking for. Do they let it go into exile and stay there? They probably should. Release the wind. Uh, it's mainly a bad removal spell that kind of works with our Panharmonicon really well. Mm. Naban round 2. And our tiny prodigy cannot attack. It draws a lot of cards, though. So, like, that's pretty good. We have a card advantage and mana advantage for the moment. We just are losing out on board pressure. When it's up to 6 mana, we are at 10. Urza is back. We'll probably just conjure something again and maybe kill Urza, hopefully. Resolve. Okay. Without paying its mana cost. Okay. So, double activation here. Uh, why does that not work? It perpetually. Never mind. Never mind. Uh, that one. And this one. Hmm. Naban can stay. Everything else can go. We will play on our rocks again. I guess we'll do our conjure. Another dark ritual. Okay. Good enough, I suppose. Like they can reflection net us, kill Naban for the fourth time. Static net. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this has been the grindiest, weirdest game ever. Uh-huh. Naban again. Decline twice. Roll spell one time? No. Okay. Dark Ritual. X5. Maybe this is the way we close out the game with a bunch of double strike spells. We've just kind of been spinning our wheels for a long time, 10 minutes. We started this game at the 10-minute mark, and here we are at the 20-minute mark. Our opponent has had to cast their mana rocks so many times. We've undone all the damage we did. Lightning bolt. Finally something. Born upon the Winds. Dark Ritual. Or, yeah, Born upon the Winds. Panharmonicon. Okay. No attack. We're getting to the point where our Panharmonicons are going to start doing things. Although we've been playing a weird version of pickup control for like the past 6 turns. Really now? Sure. Ouch. I need to go Palantír. I don't really have anything good. My opponent doesn't really have anything good. This? None there. None there. Double whiff. You hate to see it. My god, that was rough. I probably don't have enough instant sorcerers in the deck. Bolus's Augur is just semi-decent wizard. I mean, Tome of the Infinite's called Tome of the Infinite for a reason. It's pretty infinite. There isn't any artifact destruction in here, is there? There's enchantment destruction. I think our opponent is just out. Okay. Ah. Wow. I mean, that's bad. That's really bad. It's just nothing. No valid targets, I don't think. Yeah. Yeah, you were supposed to. We were supposed to do other things first, but it just didn't happen. Bottom, bottom. Our opponent is unpunished. Search for an artifact. Seek, I suppose, is a better, is actually what it is. Yikes. Not the one that's going to shut me down. Oh, I'm not too scared. Gatwick. Okay. We'll do this first, just in case. We'll miss out on a card, but we're going to have to discard cards anyways. So, lightning bolt doesn't do much. I think we go 5. That leaves us enough to actually cast something. Should we have to? We're definitely going to be able to cast something. I forgot that this one actually works. Ugh. Draw 10 should give us something. It should give us something. I mean, not a lot. Like, what am I doing with all this? So I could do this and grab. All of the instants and sorceries. No attack. Like that. I mean, our opponent will take a crisp 10 if they mill this. Yeah. And we'll keep that. 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 Maybe start conjuring lightning bolts to hand. That's kind of cool. But it's probably better to just grab a platoon dispenser or a circuit mender or something actually useful. Yeah. I don't know if our opponent. I've been giving myself some hardness for not having an actual win condition that's been dragging this match on for 20 minutes, but I don't think our opponent has a win condition either. You can just play constructs and expect to win. That's not how it works. Draw a card, create 2 tapped power stones. Very good. I approve. I mean, I take as much damage as I can here. 15, 16, 17? Like, no block opponent. I go to 7. The Nykthos is a lot better with a bunch of cards. I'm gonna do this. Have that. We'll do this. We'll sack that. Have that. Have that. So we'll return that to my hand, that to my opponent's hand, that to my opponent's hand. We will have that. Have that. That. We will swing in for everything. Play our well. Add 12 mana. Play our extra turn spell. Yep, GG. Cool. That was a long one. Either way, if you enjoyed, remember to like, subscribe to the channel. I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.